Black made a move. On g5, pause the video to spot white's next move. Pawn takes g6. Bishop takes g6. Knight takes g6. King g7. Black is on the verge of defeat. Let's go to the next game. White just played. On c4, pause the video and try to predict black's next move. Pawn takes c3. King g1. Pawn takes b2. Queen d1. Black is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game. White played. On h5, pause the video to find out black's response. Rook takes b2 check. King takes b2. Rook b8 check. King a1. Queen a3. Black is looking to play queen takes a to mate and establish a winning position. Pawn c4 played by white. Pawn takes c3. Rook b1. Rook takes b1 check. Rook takes b1. Pawn takes d2. Rook b8 check. Black has a strong upper hand. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. On f5 check, pause the video and try to predict white's next move. Pawn takes f6 check. King takes f6. On d6. White might go for King d4. King f5. On d7. King f6. Pawn promotes to queen at d8 check. King f5. King c5. King e4. King d6 and seize the initiative. Pawn e5 was chosen by black. King d5. On e4. King c6. King e6. On d7. King f5. Pawn promotes to queen at d8. King g4. Black has no response. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. King e7. Pause the video to spot white's next move. Pawn promotes to queen at d8 check. Queen takes d8. Knight takes d8. King takes d8. On g5. On a6. On a4. King e7. On b5. White is preparing to play pawn takes a6 and take decisive advantage. Pawn takes b5 was chosen by black. Pawn takes b5. King e6. On b6. King f5. On b7. King takes g5. Pawn promotes to queen at b8. King g4. Black is on the verge of defeat. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. Rook takes e4 check. Pause the video to analyze white's next move. Pawn takes e4. On c5. Pawn takes c6 check. King takes c6. King d4. On b4. On f5. On b3. King c4. White is planning to play King b4. King d6. King takes b3 and increase their advantage significantly. King d6 move preferred by black. King takes b3. King e5. King c4. King takes e4. On b4. King takes f5. On b5. Pawn takes b5 check. King d3. On b4. On a6. King f4. On a7. On g5. Pawn promotes to queen at a8. Pawn takes h4. White has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. White played. On g4. Pause the video to analyze black's next move. Pawn takes g3. On f4. Queen h5. Queen takes b7. Knight f3 check. King g2. Knight takes e1 check. Rook takes e1. Knight h4 check. King f1. Queen f3 check. Queen takes f3. Knight takes f3. Rook e2. On takes f4. Bishop e4. White is planning to play bishop takes f3 and establish a winning position. Knight d4 was chosen by black. Black's idea is to play knight takes e2 and take decisive advantage. Rook e1 played by white. On f3, black might go for rook e8. Bishop takes f3. Rook takes e1 check and increase their advantage significantly. Rook d1 played by white. On g2 check. King f2. Knight e2. Bishop takes f3. On promotes to queen at g1 check. Rook takes g1. Knight takes g1. Bishop g4. Black has a strong upper hand. Let's go to the next game. White played king e3. Pause the video to analyze black's next move. On f4 check. King f2. King g5. King g1. King h4. King f1. King g3. King g1. On g5. King f1. On h5. King g1. On g4. Black is planning to play on takes h3. On takes h3. King takes f3 and put immense pressure on the opponent. On takes g4 played by white. On takes g4. On h4. White intends to play on h5. On f3. On h6. King f4. On h7. On b6. On promotes to queen at h8 and establish a winning position. King takes h4 move preferred by black. King f2. On g3 check. King e1. On f3. Black is setting up to play on takes g2 and put immense pressure on the opponent. On takes f3 move preferred by white. King h3. On f4. On g2. Black is planning to play pawn promotes to queen at g1 check and put immense pressure on the opponent. On takes e5 was chosen by white. On promotes to queen at g1 check. King e2. Black is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game.